Morning, guys. Celeste Silver Cord here. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and put this at the beginning so I don't have to put it at the end. If anybody ever needs a reading or wants to ask me a question or anything else like that and you don't want to put it in the comments, just go ahead and email me. I'll put the link below. If you'd like to join me for more witchy stuff and the stuff that we do over in the Silver Cord, just go ahead and join me over there. I know, for those of you that are my members, I know, well, I shouldn't even have to explain it to you guys. I'm pretty open about what's going on over here. You guys know I'm in the middle of doing a lot of stuff. And the kids are all home and, I don't daycare my kids or anything else like that. I never had my son's on disability so that I don't have to do those things to him. He can be here. So, yeah. There's just a lot going on. Update on Snickers. Poor baby. He is doing all right. You can pet him. You can touch all his legs, all his limbs, his hips, all the way down his back, everything. You get near his tail, he starts to cry. And it makes kind of a problem for him just like standing up and sitting down. His tail keeps getting in the way and he keeps touching it. And besides that, though, he's doing all right. Of course, he's a little sore and he's still a little limpy, but he's managed to will himself out here into the backyard at least twice a day. He makes it all the way out of the house into the backyard to do his business. He has been doing his business and eating and drinking. So I think it's safe to say at this point, Snickers is going to make it. I know cats have 9 lives. I am not sure how many dogs have. He's had a bunch. And when I got him, he already had like a big scar on his back where I couldn't tell if he's had a surgery or been rolled by a car before. So that just goes to show you that dogs have no idea what's going on. What else we got? Did get to go to the river yesterday. I got to go boating and that was awesome. It was the first time I was able to take my kids out on a boat. And now growing up, I grew up on Long Island, and if nobody knows what Long Island is, it's this big island off the side of New York. And it looks kind of like an alligator. It has a big V like that. And we used to go boating in the open mouth. So it was kind of like boating on the ocean, but the waves were always low, so you could always take the boats out. And, you used to pull up to the beach and go grilling and stuff like that. So it was awesome to do that with my kids. Can't wait to do it again. And I love it. And that's what I talk about, making space for things to happen to you and not being so closed-minded and judgmental, because honestly, this is only like my second or third time hanging out with those people. But had I never, the first time we met them, we were just, and this is the beauty and this is what I love about people who fish and camp and do the river and things like that. We met them at the river. We were all just grilling out at the river and we ended up hanging out all day. And then they were like, hey, you want to hang out again? We'll do a cookout. And we did. And then now it's, hey, you want to hang out and go take a boat out on the river? Yeah. You don't got to ask me twice to go do something fun. We had a great time. I'm so proud of my kids. They actually jumped off the boat, which I know when I was little, it took me a long time to get brave enough to jump off the boat. At one point, there was these other boats with, they were pulling like an inner tube thing with bigger kids on it. And that was funny, because it started out with little kids first, and they went by kind of slow, and then they came by with the big kids, and the big kids just, wow, got wiped out, tumbled across the water. It was funny. My kids are on the shore going, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it again. They were cheering them on and just having just a grand time. It got me thinking about how water energy is like that, though. You fall off one of those things going like 55 miles an hour and tumble across the water. Water hurts. Like, it's hard. It stops you at first. If you try to rush through water, you just wear yourself out really fast. Water is really something you got to go with the flow with. So if you're working with water energy, that's always a really good idea. But yeah, I was thinking about that while I was sitting on the beach watching the big kids wipe out compared to how the little kids wiped out. My eye looking, it looks all right. That's pretty much good to go now. I don't even feel it anymore. Yeah, and for those in my group, grown back most of my thumb that I cut off. I've been having a time over here, man. I needed that yesterday. Just to play with my kids, goof off, grill out on a beach. Kids had a blast. They were so worn out. They slept so good last night. They're still sleeping. I love it. I love it when I can wear everybody out and they'll sleep in the morning and I can actually have a few minutes to come hang out with you guys. Why do I record in portrait? I actually like recording in portrait because I don't watch YouTube on TV. I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch most of my stuff on my phone, or I use my phone for FaceTime for talking to like my sister and my sister's kids and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think this feels a little bit more personal. It feels like I'm actually like talking to you guys on the phone. But I brought some cards out today to see if I can get some inspiration on what to talk about. And the camera makes me nervous, and I don't want to keep chain smoking on it. I commanded to smoke 1 cigarette, and I realized I'm smoking like 2 or 3 in the videos. I should be smoking 2 cigarettes in 20 minutes. I'm only doing 20-minute videos. But you would think after over a year that eventually at some point I would stop getting nervous to be on camera. I don't know, I think it's pretty badass that I'm missing that filling and I'm still managing to get up here. I know people are catching it. I do have a filling that fell out over here, and that's the dental appointment I was telling y'all a couple episodes ago about. Thanks to COVID, my dental office closed down for like 2 months, so now I've been rescheduled. I've been rescheduled since the beginning of last month. My appointment is not until next month, man. Whoo! Mars is in Aries. Can't wait for Leo season. I need my fire seasons, man. I'm not really great with all the other elements. I'm okay with water. I think it's because I got a lot of empathy because I've got a Venus in Pisces. So I think people with the Venus in Pisces end up with this ability that Pisces people have. And it's a level of, it's understanding the dual reasonings and stuff like that behind stuff, because it's 2 fish with their tails tied together, but it's also, that kind of represents the yin and the yang of things. So it's like, that perspective is, it's like, even if someone does something to make you mad, or they do something to hurt you rather, you can reason out why they did the way they did. I don't mean you forgive them or anything, but you have a level of empathy because you can see past just your hurt. And usually your first instinct when someone hurts you is to think that they hurt you on purpose. And that's rarely actually the case. Most people hurt people on accident. Most people who hurt people usually went well out of their way to try to not hurt people. And this might be because, you know, I'm a triple fire sign, definitely in Aries, and I hate hurting people, and I think it's because, like a lot in my childhood, like I said, I got in a lot of fist fights and things like that, but I always felt bad afterwards. You always feel bad afterwards. Every time you get into an argument or a disagreement or a fist fight or you hurt somebody, we always feel bad afterwards because we do see that we overreact. But I call it the Aries knee-jerk reaction. Any Aries out there knows that. There are certain things, you have an initial knee-jerk reaction and then you're like, look, I know my tone was really bad and I know I sound way more agitated than I am, but just please give me a minute and let me explain what I meant by that, or give me a minute to apologize, or whatever. We know when we mess up. But now, if we don't apologize and we don't say we messed up, we don't say we overreacted, understand that hurtful ass truth we told you, we meant 120%. You know, a lot of people don't like Aries because, well, besides the whole fire the gun and then apologize for shooting you later thing, we also, we don't have a problem saying things that people find rude or offensive, or, you know, we like cut to the chase on certain things. Like, this guy, and he wanted to be like a comedian. He has his own YouTube channel and stuff like that, but he only has like 15 followers, and they're all from this town. But yeah, he kept posting jokes about suicide. And it kind of upset me because at the time, you know, I have a lot of friends in that age group, and I understand that between the ages of like, I think it's 25 and 35, men have the highest rate of suicide. And I was like, and it actually is a major problem in society right now that not a lot of people talk about, and nobody seems to care. Nobody cares that, you know, it's normal for everybody to know somebody who's committed suicide. I mean, nobody thinks that's weird. You guys got all these conspiracy theories about all of that, but, you know, changing society so that people don't want to kill themselves anymore, that's not something we should be working towards. Anyway, beyond the point. So I messaged him, and all I said at first was, do you believe in reincarnation? And this dude thought I was hitting on him immediately. Because, of course, I'm a female. I got boobs and cleavage. I must be, if I'm talking to you, I must be hitting on you. So anyway, so I get him talking for a minute, and he was like, yeah. And I was just like, you know, I got into, you know, you commit suicide, that's not an escape. You just come right back, and you are forced to face the same lessons again until you learn them without tapping out. Yeah, I know. Somebody didn't want me to say that, but it's true. But now I know people who play video games when they realize that they're losing a level or losing a fight will have no problem hitting the reset button so that that game doesn't save and they can start over again from the beginning. But seriously, that's y'all's choice, man. Can't do that shit. It's definitely a major point in the game, is not tapping out and learning your lessons. But yeah, so he got on me because, and now this is a guy who wants to be an offensive comedian, and he's always talking about, oh, I know I'm offensive, blah, 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 but I'm a comedian. It's just jokes, people. I'm just trying to be funny. I'm an offensive comedian. And he was getting on me, and he was like, well, that's not proper social protocol. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, your whole spiel is you're an offensive comedian. But the fact that I didn't follow proper social protocols when I was talking to you caused you to wig out, and then you had your girlfriend message me, and I had to be like, I'm sorry, honey. I don't want your short little troll doll wannabe comedian boyfriend. I just want him to stop posting, because we have a lot of mutual friends in that age group, about suicide and planting that seed 5 times a day on his timeline. I was just trying to get the point across to him that, no, it's not funny. One joke here and there is funny, but seriously, dude, you keep posting those jokes all the time, and I think you need some help. And I told that to your girlfriend. I was like, not only are the ages of 25 to 35 the most dangerous when it comes to men committing suicide, comedians are the top bracket of that group. So definitely keep an eye on your boyfriend, honey, because comedians joke about things because it's on their mind all the time. Just saying, darling. But besides that, I totally got lost. I was on the Aries kick, wasn't I? That's alright. You're probably done listening about me anyway. I did pull up these stuff. Aren't these cool? This is called the Sun and Moon Tarot in a tin. I like it because it comes with this cool little box that I can tilt my cards in, so I can throw them in my purse and have them with me. So, we got the Prince of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. And that's what I was talking about, Mars going into Aries too. Right now, Mars is going into Aries, so things are going to start kind of taking off. Things that have been fighting you or things you've been fighting against. You're going to start finding resolutions for that kind of stuff. And the Prince of Wands, you know, that's all fire energy too. I love this one too. Look, he's being pulled by a lion. It kind of reminds you of a mix between the Strength and the Chariot, don't it? The flame sticking out. So yeah, I really do believe this is just for the Prince of Wands, this is just keep following your passions, for real. You're being guided to follow your passion right now. So whatever side projects or whatever hobbies or whatever you've been working on, definitely keep working on that, guys. It's going to be paying off, because the other card I pulled out was, ooh, look how they hugging the tree. So there you go. Got fire and air right there coming together, bringing it in. Follow your passions. Don't be a douche. Be nice. Apologize when you're wrong. All that good jazz. I know I am spazzed out today, and I kind of rambled a bit, but you know, that's why I said I like to record like this, so I'm talking on the phone. Because if you're ever talking to me, yeah, for real. My girl likes to call me. She says sometimes I get so worked up and my energy's really buzzing really fast. She's like, you're like the Energizer Bunny on meth. She goes, you gotta slow it down. But Aries and Libra especially, we are notoriously quick talkers. And if you think we talk fast, you have no idea how fast our mind runs. That's why it's not really so much that it's ADHD. It's just that from the beginning of one thought process to the other, by the time we're done talking into a certain point of it, our brain has already gone past that part of the conversation, and then that's when we get distracted by the next thought in the process. Oh man. I may do it again. I may just go ahead. I've been debating on doing these live, but then, you know, what happens when I spaz out and have my ADHD moments and switch off topic for you guys? What are these three? I want to get one little card. This is my other new favorite. Oh, my hair is starting to drizzle, so I'm going to have to go here soon. These guys. Give them this cute little box, too. Sorry, everything's probably mirrored for you guys. You can't read it anyway. Well, no, the cards didn't look mirrored. Or maybe that's why it does the mirroring. See? Thought process. If I do it thinking out loud, you guys would think I'm totally insane. And people wonder why I'm laughing at myself all the time. What? I hit a hiccup in my own thought process. What do we get? The elements. So this is just calling you to remember that it's all about balance, and we are all about using all the elements. I mean, just because I'm a triple fire sign does not mean that I do not work with the other elements. I do work with them. I just have a hard time with people with certain traits. I can't help that. But I'm not mean to nobody about it. Not all the time. If I'm being honest. All right, so the elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create a powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, and physical and emotional. So this is definitely calling you guys to create space and cast circles and definitely protect your energy right now. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Create a circle of protection and open your third eye. Create the circle first of protection. Call upon the elements or your deities to protect you. Then open your third eye. A lot of people sit around wondering, is that my intuition, or is that my guides, or is that my whatever, or is that something trying to trick you? If you want to know, do a circle of protection. Then open your third eye and genuinely ask the questions. Don't be all willy-nilly about that stuff sometimes, guys. There are entities out to confuse you. Wishes coming true. So we have cast your circle, call upon all the elements, then open your third eye. Then you got wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Because once you open your third eye to what you truly want, not what you think you want, not what everybody else told you you want, but once you open your eyes to what you truly want, that's when your wishes come true. And your final card is Spirit, heavenly assistance from your guides and angels. They are trying to help you. And I always tell you guys that you guys have no idea how much backup you got. I mean, yeah, you can join the Silver Cord with us and link below, and hang out over there, and we can all, I do the spell spirals on the full moons, and we all do a collective energy casting where, because we all focus on, we never do anything that affects anybody's free will, and we focus only on positive energy outcomes, So because we do casting in that way with those intentions, we can all do it together in our group, and that's what the spell spiral is about. We all get on the spell spiral together. We all do our own individual casting, but jointly and together, we are all trying to raise the frequency for each other in our own individual ways, which I love. But beyond everybody doing stuff like that with you in this dimension, helping you manifest it here in 3D, you have no idea how much is around you wanting to see, especially people who really care about the earth and nature and, wanting to see people do well and actually wanting these petty arguments about race and stuff like that to go away. Yeah, your guides are trying to help you. So cast a circle of protection, then open your third eye, then ask what it is that you truly want, and then remember that the universe is conspiring to help you to get it. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me.